Welcome to your weekly dose of healthcare news, where the only predictable thing is that absolutely nothing makes sense. This week we've got federal probes that could make your head spin faster than a centrifuge in a blood bank, telehealth companies hemorrhaging money like a poorly tied off artery, and a state deciding that maybe, just maybe, those tiny tubes of Crest toothpaste weren't telling the whole story. Plus, hospitals are cutting jobs like a surgeon with shaky hands, and cybersecurity threats are looming larger than a medical bill after a trip to the ER. Buckle up, buttercups, because we're diving headfirst into the chaotic swamp that is American healthcare. All right, let's start with the big one, shall we? UnitedHealth Group, the nation's largest health insurer, is under multiple federal investigations. The Department of Justice is investigating their Medicare Advantage billing practices. They're accused of upcoding to get higher federal payments. UnitedHealth denies these allegations. Next up, we're talking telehealth, the healthcare equivalent of ordering takeout. Convenient in theory, often disappointing in reality. Teladoc, once a darling of the pandemic boom, just announced a net loss of $1 billion for 2024. A big chunk of that loss came from their BetterHelp platform, which ironically seems to be in need of some serious help itself. New CEO Chuck DeVita, bless his heart, is trying to put a positive spin on things, promising cost cuts and international expansion. Teladoc's struggles are a sign that the telehealth bubble might be about to burst, and when it does, it's going to get messy. Hold on to your toothbrushes, everybody, because Utah just decided to go rogue on oral hygiene. The Beehive state banned fluoride from public water systems, championed by Representative Stephanie Grishas, who sees it as a violation of personal choice. Dental professionals warn of a surge in tooth decay, especially among low-income children. Time to stock up on toothpaste, folks. Well, folks, it seems the only thing thinner than a hospital gown these days is the patience of hospital administrators. Across the country, healthcare systems are slashing administrative jobs faster than you can say insurance pre-authorization. Mainline Health, Corewell Health, Cleveland Clinic, Bay State Health. They're all at it, cutting hundreds of positions and outsourcing others to countries where labor is cheaper. While it's true that automation can streamline certain processes, let's not forget that healthcare is, at its core, about people caring for other people. And finally, we arrive at the scariest story of the week: healthcare cybersecurity. A new report reveals that a whopping 15% of healthcare computers failed basic security tests. Outdated software, weak passwords, employees clicking on phishing links that promise free donuts. It's a recipe for disaster. And let's not forget that the Trump administration essentially gutted federal cybersecurity staffing, so we've got hospitals already stretched thin by budget cuts and staff shortages, now facing the very real threat of cyber attacks that could cripple their entire systems. It's enough to make you want to convert all your medical records to hieroglyphics and bury them in the backyard. Well, there you have it, folks. Another week in healthcare, where the only thing more shocking than the news itself is that any of us are still alive to talk about it. Remember to brush your teeth, unless you're in Utah, in which case, good luck. Keep an eye on your medical records, and for the love of all that is holy, don't click on any suspicious links promising free donuts. We'll be back next week with more tales from the wild, wacky world of American healthcare. Thanks for tuning in to this week's top healthcare news stories.